From educational videos about the rich and beautiful history of wine, interesting facts, winemaking techniques, tastings and ratings, to exploring the most amazing wineries of the world. This is Ellie in Wineland. In our first winery video, we visit the Eastern European country of Bulgaria. According to archaeological researches, the current territory of Bulgaria is considered to be the first geographical wine region. Valley of the Roses, Sub-Balkan region. To the south of the Balkan Mountains spreads the Sub-Balkan region with its two subregions, the eastern one, which includes the Sredna Valley, and the western subregion comprised of the Rose Valley. The Copsa winery is situated at the foot of Sredna Gora, where the natural climatic conditions facilitate the grape cooling and contribute to the fermentation process itself. The unique character of the Rose Valley infuses the fresh bouquet of Copsa with the warmth of the southern sun, the sweet smell of roses, lavender, and aromatic herbs, along with the cool breeze of the Balkan Mountains. Each bunch of grapes used for making their wines is hand-picked at dawn. The bunches of grapes are collected in wooden crates to prevent them from crushing. Sorting the grapes starts at the vineyard by removing rotten fruit, dry leaves, and twigs. It takes less than 30 minutes for the grapes to reach the winery, and this guarantees preserving the freshness and the quality characteristics of the raw material used for the wine. This winery's main mission is to restore the typically Bulgarian, somewhat forgotten variety of red Muscat to its former glory. What all the Chateau Copsa wines have in common are the effect of the terroir, the scent of roses and lavender, and the freshness of the Balkan Mountains. Blossomed in the very heart of the Rose Valley, Chateau Copsa draws its knowledge and inspiration from the lands of the ancient Thracians, famous for their excellent wine. They believed in its divine origin and would celebrate the power of the elixir with mystical rituals and wild feasts in honor of god Dionysus. Meanwhile, they turn into one of the best winemakers in Europe, and their inheritance has been preserved through the centuries until today. Empowered by this rich past, this winery combines the ancient legends and traditions with the latest technologies in creating their beautiful wines. Following in his father's footsteps, Minko Minkov started the modern-day fairy tale in 1998 and called it Copsa, the Thracian name of one of the ancient settlements predecessors of the town of Karlovo, where the family has its roots. He began buying up old vineyards with Muscat from the region of Karlovo, as well as empty plots of land, so he could plant them with new grape varieties. Minkov always follows the rule that fine wine is only made when the grapevines are grown as our own children. With much affection, patience, and dedication, he chooses the best terroir for his offspring. 2005 saw the erection of the modern winemaking facilities, and the majestic Chateau Copsa opened its doors in 2008. It was built with oak beams from old houses in the Balkan Mountains with more than 100 years of history. Today, the third generation of the Minkov family, Petya and Ivan, continue with passion and innovative spirit to develop the family business and to create modern wines intertwined with the valley history. The castle, built from entirely authentic materials, was designed by the architect Chateau Copsa, and the medieval canons were strictly followed. Its massive stone walls are surrounded by 100-year-old beams, and the high-cut windows add to the pleasure of the wine and the beautiful view of the vineyards. Behind the rough facade, Chateau Copsa has an eclectic and refined interior. The castle will accommodate you in 4 boutique rooms and 1 deluxe suite named after the bouquet of the 5 grape varieties cultivated here: Muscat, Chardonnay, Muscat, Merlot, and Cabernet Sauvignon. The spirit of the Minkoff family and the passion for wine are recreated in every detail of the design. But the top level is where the fairy tale truly unfolds into a panoramic, relaxed lounge, offering sweeping views over the rolling green mountains and the quiet sea of vineyards. The second building, Chateau Copsa, was added in 2017 and is a boutique art hotel and restaurant. This wonderfully alternative and discreet oasis for urban people, where among the beauty of the Rose Valley, one can indulge in the slow rhythm of the chateau and forget about the outside world beyond its borders, is something to savor. Spend your time in contemplation, dreams, sweet conversations with friends under the stars of the night sky, or in plans for more small escapes. Of course, in the fresh and compelling company of Chateau Copsa's wine. Built according to the medieval architecture canons, the cellar is nestled in the chateau's stone foundations, and there the best wine selections mature in French, American, and Bulgarian oak barrels. The bottling line is Italian, and it allows the use of screw caps for the fresh white wines and rosés, and cork for the wines that will age in bottles. Here, we also need to make an honorable mention to our gracious host Ellie, who was simply spectacular in her knowledge, professionalism, and grace every step of the way. She made our tasting a royal-like affair, gave us a tour of the chateau, and even was so kind as to gift us one of their special, limited edition, rose-infused rosés. We just can't wait to be back and see her again. The eternal dialogue between wine and art is evoked in Zelanos. The combination of a glass of fresh Muscat or Chardonnay in the company of the brilliant paintings by famous Bulgarian artists will take you into another dimension. The feeling is unforgettable when these parallel worlds merge to touch both your palate and your heart all at once. The artistic atmosphere created is elegantly intertwined with the Minkoff family tradition. Thus, in its modern reading, the blanks from the oak barrel in which the wine has matured come to life on an old brick wall, telling us an exciting story. And the flasks from the winery laboratory, transformed into avant-garde lamps, cast soft gleams into the past. The wine list consists only of wines produced in Chateau Copsa, so only you, as their guest, have the pleasure and privilege of tasting the limited edition wines from single barrels and harvests no longer available on the market. In the Middle Ages, the feasting hall was always at the heart of the castle. There, the rulers welcomed their guests, rejoiced in their glorious victories, raising glasses full of their sweetest wine. The chateau transformed this tradition of sharing the good moments and celebrating life in their second fine dining restaurant, La Cave. The seasonal produce comes from local gardens and herbs, the fresh game from the surrounding area, and the olive oil from the island of Crete. The eclectic menu paired with excellent wine promises a memorable experience. Wine tastings are without a doubt the most tempting proposition for familiarizing yourself with a variety of tastes. Besides the standard tasting packages, you will be offered vertical tastings where you will be able to follow the evolution of the flavors of different vintages, which are long since not available on the market. We decided on the 6-course gourmet tasting, and as you will see, everything was more than phenomenal. We start with the Carlevo Muscat, a white wine made of the grape variety Red Muscat. It is a grape capable of giving a broad variety of flavors and aromas. Green grapes, geranium, green apple, acacia, underlined by freshness and mineral notes. The color is pale yellow with green hints. We continue with Chateau Copsa's Cuvée Blanc. The Muscat dominates the blend and gives it freshness and green apple and citrus aromas, while Muscat contribute to highlighting the terroir. The elegant body of the wine and the creamy toast notes are due to the oak-aged Chardonnay. The third course is paired with Cellar Muscat, a white wine with extraordinary intensive aromas made from the Muscat grape. Very complex and full spectrum of aromatic notes. It is attractively perfumed, dry wine with intensive herbaceous aromas. This grape variety is considered to be one of the ancient grapes for winemaking. The Cellar Merlot, a red wine of 100% Merlot grape, is a classic Merlot wine of ruby red color with brick red rim. The wine is characterized with light body and pleasant aromas of red fruits, cherry, raspberry, and plum. The tannins and finish are soft and easy due to the barrel aging of the wine. Cellar Cabernet Sauvignon, a red wine of 100% Cab Sauvignon grape, enjoyable and easy drinking wine with ruby red color with some violet nuance. The nose is attractive with blackcurrant and raspberry notes, along with the notes of black chocolate. Due to the contact with oak barrel, the wine is with structure and soft tannins. And for our dessert pairing, we enjoy a 5 years barrel-aged grape brandy, Rosalza. It is produced from the aromatic grape varieties Red Muscat and Muscat Autumnal, harvested only from their own vineyards. It is made using special traditional technology for distillation in a copper pot. At least 5 years of barrel aging are following the distillation process in order to achieve mild, delicate, and harmonious flavors. The nose is intense with typical unmistakable Muscat aromas and elegant vanilla notes as a result of the contact with oak. So, if you're looking for a different and beautiful place to slow down the pace of your days with fine wine, delicious food, and caring hosts, the doors of Chateau Copsa are open to you. It is a place for friends and connoisseurs where you will be met with warm hospitality. Join us on a journey around the wine world and subscribe today if you want to become a true wine expert. Check out our other Wino One episodes. And remember, we are not drinking, we are learning. In Vino Veritas. Cheers. Yours truly, Ellie.